Hey guys, I'm Phil the Blanks. Welcome back to Let's Play Donkey Kong 94. We have chased Donkey Kong from the city of, I guess, would be New Donk City now because of Mario Odyssey, into the forest. Let's go in there. This is a water level. Woo! I'm gonna see if I can do a cool speed technique instead of going all the way underneath to kind of avoid those spikes. I'm just gonna be all like, boing. So I did this kind of poorly, but at least I did it. So it's a fun way to do it. But I mean, you can just kind of go the way underneath and all that and collect all the items, but it's always fun to kind of see how versatile Mario can be in this game. And like, his normal movement is super not great, but with the abilities of the handstand, the backflip and stuff, he's actually really versatile in this compared to normal 2D Mario games. I mean, he doesn't jump as high or go as fast, but in the constraints of this world, he's actually pretty good. I'm gonna do this. Okay, cool. I definitely want to walk away. We've already established last episode that ladybugs are perfectly fine to touch. They can't actually hurt you. They can indirectly hurt you. They can push you into spikes or that kind of thing. But they won't actually kill you by like you running into them or anything like that. So easy level. Grab this. You don't have to climb up the ladybug like I did. You can actually go the other way around. I think most people actually do that. But you know, again, I speedran this game a long time ago, and a lot of my techniques that I guess you could call speedrun techniques were things I just did when I was a kid because I played the game so much. So, you know, it's like I don't want to climb up that weird area with lots of spikes, so I just kind of like just stood on a ladybug's head. This is actually the same idea, and this is probably the reason why I've always done that technique in the previous stage, because this stage almost requires that technique. A little different though. You gotta unleash we need to make sure that this ladybug that's outside, there we go, sticks on this platform, and then we can close that up again. Which unleashes one of those weird kind of, I don't know what those are, spiky beetle guys, which can of course kill you. They're like ladybugs, except touching them will kill you. So, just gonna, shit, damn it, I rolled right into him, damn it. So as you can see, the only way to get up there is by actually climbing on that ladybug. So I think that's probably why I do that technique in the previous stage so much, because this stage teaches you that, and this stage is actually extremely similar because of it. Did I make that? Nope. Okay, he's gonna go around one more time, which unleashes both of those damn weird, I don't know, they're like squid beetles. That's how I always thought they looked like when I was a kid. I know that doesn't make any sense, but whatever. Careful, just gonna avoid them. There we go. Now I'm just gonna wait here for the ladybug to come back, and there we go. Fun little technique here too, that I like a lot. They're about to see. Woo! Can I go up here? Throw the key down there, and without having to jump when the key approaches you, you can actually just pick it up. Pop like that. That actually counts. So the key is like just a tad higher than two small tiles, so you can kind of grab it from that. I like that a lot. Alright, Donkey. Okay, is this the one with the cool technique? I think it is. Yeah, watch this. Alright, if I can do this properly. And over. Done. Love that so much. Instead of climbing all the way over with the conveyor belt. The type of ground, so like the light ground, you can kind of come up from above, and the dark ground you can't. Think like Smash Brothers, other Mario games. Some things you can kind of go through while jumping upwards, some you can't. And those like light things of ground, you totally can. Oh, Donkey Kong. Mario, go get Pauline! Sits there like being all proud of himself, and totally could have ended the adventure right there. Mario, you suck. I don't know how far we're going to get in this episode. My episodes are 20 minutes long usually, and as you can see, this is a fairly short game. Or, sorry, not a short game, it's a fast-paced game. Each level takes less than a minute, if that, so. Some of the longer levels later in the game, when we get to like the iceberg and the canyon, they can take a lot longer. They're much bigger. Oh shit, oh god. Alright, whoa, watch out for the bird. Ah, shit. Wow, that was a lot of crap going on because of me positioning myself poorly. But I could stay near the bottom and just use that platform thing. I just like going to the top. Just faster. Probably not faster, but whatever. Shit, did I just do the same thing? Ah, crap. No! Wow, I did the exact same thing there. Let's take it easy this time. Yeah, I guess I could just cross the thing. Whatever. I like going this way. It's just funner. But whatever, I know I'm taking too much time on a single level for you guys. You guys don't want to watch me do the same thing over and over again. That's something that's actually a little hard to to kind of know if that's going to happen or not when I Let's Play games with you guys. I'm always afraid that I'm going to do really poorly in a section of a game and have to redo it a lot. I mean, yeah, I could just be like, oh, see you guys after I do it. And I do that every so often, but I don't like doing that. One, you don't get to see the entirety of my gameplay. Two, it's frustrating. Oh, these guys. So when you jump, they don't do anything right now, but when you jump and land back on the ground, boom, they kind of just wake up and see you and just kind of jump over them. That's the entire gimmick. You don't see these guys that often. See them a lot more in World 4. Yeah, World 4. Anyways, yeah, so it's frustrating just in that alone, and more frustrated I get while playing the game, the worse I play the game, so there's that. And it's more editing, because then I have to be like, alright, cut this, cut that, and all of that, so it's not super fun. But I mean, whatever. It's games where I can flow naturally with gameplay and then still be successful. Those are the best for me. Keeps my head on straight too, because that's the other thing is when I get frustrated and I have to edit a lot and make cuts and whatnot, my chatting ability, my ability to talk to you guys, diminishes, I find anyways. I get too in my head and then I'm like, oh shit, what should I talk about now? Or crap, I have to cut now. What were we talking about like 4 minutes ago? So hopefully this won't have too many of these problems. The game does get somewhat difficult later on in the game, but I don't think it'll be too much of a problem until like maybe World 7 or 8. I think there's 9 worlds in total, I believe. Excuse me. So tired. So tired. Nah, not that tired, but oh shit. Oh no, wow. I avoided every single platform there. Like, I'm okay with a death or two. Like, I don't think there's a problem with that. I mean, that's just gonna happen, but I just don't want it to be like a continuous thing, which again, I don't think it'll be. So, oh, I love this game though. So good. And last episode I was talking about the backgrounds. I like how the Super Game Boy makes the forest very like, I think that green and that orange kind of look really fits it. And I like how each world has a different color palette. Actually, some stages within one world will have different color palettes too. I love the Super Game Boy. The Game Boy has a lot of really good games. The problem is there's a lot of terrible games. The Game Boy has a lot of bad games for it. When you find really good ones, it's nice. But the problem with the Game Boy, of course, is being, you know, not a graphically impressive machine at all, having only 4 shades at a time, and a lot of times that's black, white, and then 2 in between grays, and you know, again, not great. So having the Super Game Boy, when you have a game that really uses Super Game Boy color, like look at the map there, it looks great. The Super Game Boy makes you can choose any color for those 4 colors. So if I really wanted to, I can make Mario's face like blue. So anything that's like that orange color would be blue, and the green I can make like yellow or something silly like that. The Super Game Boy though does it that there's more than just the 4 colors. As you can see, like the top, the timer has orange, like a brighter orange. There's a yellow for my score, and there's a blue for my lives. And on the world maps, you can see that there's much more color. And I think it's because it's very static and there's not a lot of movement. They're able to do that on those screens. But some Game Boy Color games, or sorry, some Super Game Boy games do a really good job. Mega Man 5 is a Super Game Boy game that does a really good job of it. But I just like it a lot. Like this, it's just cool to see Game Boy games with a lot more color. And that's why I like the Game Boy Color so much. It's Game Boy but with color, and it's super cool. So we are done. The forest. I like how there's a transition there to the next world, which, if you paid attention, is a ship. And again, I love how Donkey Kong 94 does a lot of worlds that you wouldn't normally see in a traditional Mario game. Like, you'd see a forest level, maybe. It's usually jungle. But you're not going to see a big city level. You're not going to see a ship level. It's just cool. See, like, there you go. So 2 shades of brown. I think that might be the same kind of orange that they used in the forest, but looks really cool here. One of the reasons why I think they use that kind of beige orange so much is because I think it's the same color that they need to use Mario to color Mario's face. So you kind of got to make it like a nice skin tone color. You can't make it blue or anything like that. So it is weird that Mario is just straight up like white though. Like his hat and the shirt is just white. I mean, again, it makes sense. When they made sequels to this game, and there are sequels to this game that play like this, Mario vs. Donkey Kong, and that's basically it. Mario vs. Donkey Kong is basically this game, but for the Game Boy Advance, with different levels, but the same idea: get the key and that sort of thing. that itself spawned an entire spin-off series based on the Mini Marios. So the story of this is that Donkey Kong stole Pauline, whatever. In Mario vs. Donkey Kong, it's he still steals Pauline, but the whole story is that Pauline and Mario just unveiled a new lineup of wind-up toys called the Mini Marios. And it's weird because it's Pauline and not Peach. So it's like, whoa, what happened? Oh, these guys are cool. They're like knight heads. They'll like just push you when they see you. They can't hurt you directly, but they can squish you against walls, so be very careful. Careful of the spikes down here. And that crab guy, shit. Damn it. Anyways, Mario vs. Donkey Kong is, yeah, so there's mini Marios, and each level is 2 parts of a level. The first part is to get the key into the door, and the next part of the level is to get all the Mini Mario toys. And those Mini Mario toys help you against the boss fights against Donkey Kong. It's an interesting idea, and I actually really like it. Then, for some reason, the rest of the series of the of Mario vs. Donkey Kong revolves around the Mini Marios completely. There's a few of them, and they kind of don't flow into each other, so my apologies, this is not the correct like chronological release, but there's like Mario vs. Donkey Kong March of the Minis, where instead of playing as Mario, you actually it's like a Lemmings type game, where the minis go by themselves and you control like things on the map, and you move the minis to the end of the level. It's kind of cool. Then they made a downloadable one for I think the DS or the 3DS, I don't remember, where it's a 3D version of that, and you place tiles down on a 3D board to, again, get the minis into, it's a weird series. It becomes very different, and not that those ones aren't fun. What is this for? Okay, what's the point of that? I can't get to it. That's a weird place. I never really knew that one. That's a really weird one to me. Whatever. I don't really get those robot guys, too. They look like either robots or, like, scuba divers. Like, deep-sea submarine divers. I don't really get them, but whatever. Just gonna get this. Gonna make a little platform. I like the little, like, single blocks. That's not enough, is it? No, not even close. Oh, well, I can still do this. Boink. And this is I think this is the first level with fake doors, too. So if you're not paying attention to where the help comes from, shit, I can't get it. No, that's a perfect example of a floor you can't jump through. I mean, it's spikes, so it makes sense. But those the beige ones you can. So just gonna do this a little bit better. There we go. What was I talking about? Yeah, it's not that the mini Mario games are bad. They're a really cool idea, but I'd rather do a puzzle platformer like this than a Lemmings style puzzle game. Though that being said, I love Lemmings. Lemmings is a great puzzle game. I'm garbage at it, but I really enjoy. Ooh, 3-up. I like playing them anyways. I love puzzle platformers just in general. I forget the guy's name now. Tomato Watcher? Is that your name? You watching tomatoes? He was like, yeah, because I was talking last episode where I was like, I like these types of games with lots of levels and shit. And he's like, oh yeah, they're called puzzle platforms. And he's totally right. And I think I was just conveying my message poorly, because it's true, I totally like puzzle platformers. I like games where there's small, usually one-screen levels that each level is like there's one main mechanic, and each level builds upon that. And yeah, I know that what I just described is basically a puzzle platformer. But games like Bubble Bobble and Snow Brothers, would you guys consider that a puzzle platformer? I don't. There's not really puzzles. It's very action-based. But then again, games like this are puzzle platformers with a lot of action. And they get games like Solomon's Key, totally a puzzle platformer. So those types of games. So puzzle platformers, etc. Are just one of my favorite genres of video games. Mario, come on, you're way better than that. I guess this is to show you that you can do a, handstand thing. I don't freaking know. There is a difference in power in your handstand jumps, though. If you do a handstand, and then you just kind of walk around for a bit, and then you do a jump from it, your jump from the handstand is going to be a lot less, you're going to get a lot less height than if you do it really quickly. If you do it handstand, then a jump, you'll do a much higher jump. Plus, you can do an actual third jump after that. So you can do a handstand, jump, super jump. And there's a big difference in the, like here, whoop, like that. That was not all three I wasn't able to do because the platform, and I kind of mistimed that. But you can, you can tell the difference because of the sound. So, yeah. Speaking of games like Bubble Bobble, I did say a long time ago that I was going to play Bubble Bobble 2 for you guys. I should really do that one of these days. It's a very sought-after NES game, and I did finally get it a couple years ago, so I want to be a show-off and play that. Because I am a show-off, and I admit that. I mean, I love having a collection, and one of the fun things about having a collection is showing it off. And not like, look what I got. Like, someone's like, oh man, I found a cool game. That's not as cool as the games I have. Like, nothing like that. But like a holy shit, I found, like, Panic Restaurant for the NES, and it's like, oh wow, like, to me that's really cool. And to me, it's also like, I like seeing friends collect, so when I hear of a friend getting something awesomely rare, it's just super, super fun for me. I like this level. For some reason, I find it's really dense. There's so much packed into this little one-screen area. It's very fun. Race Against the Clock, which I always like. I love Race Against the Clocks in these types of games. Very cool. But yeah, no, I like collecting the rare stuff, because, I mean, it makes my collection feel more complete, of course, and that's, you know, my collector problem, you know, where it's like I need one of everything or whatever. But getting something rare is fun, and I'm one of those weird guys. I don't emulate for the most part, 99% of the time, and it's not because I think I'm morally better than other people. That is absolutely not why I don't emulate, because Lord, I know, back in high school and college, I emulated like a friggin' motherfucker. But I don't emulate because the reason for the collection is to be able to play things in their original form, or at least on, you know, a TV with a controller on a console. And I know nowadays you can just get a Raspberry Pi and actually do that with emulation, but it's having that feeling of the original cartridge, or an anthology version on like the PS2 or PS3. You know what I mean? Like SNK Anthologies or Chronicles, where you have a bunch of arcade games. But the other reason why I don't emulate is I won't play like the really rare games. Like, I still have not played Panic Restaurant or Little Samson for more than a couple minutes. And the reason for that is because I want an actual cartridge to play it on. And if I play it on an emulator, I feel like my drive to get an original cartridge of that game dissipates. And you know, one of the fun things about getting a new rare game is playing it. Like, Hagane is another one for the Super Nintendo, one of the rarest Super NES games. And I have played it a lot when I was a kid. It was a Blockbuster rental, and we had a Blockbuster that had it at my place. Or was it a Blockbuster, or was it another place that just happened to get their hands on it? Anyways, I used to rent it a few times. I don't remember a lot of it, but one of the reasons why I don't remember a lot of it is because I haven't played it since. And I haven't played it since purposely because I want to get an actual copy. I know that's really weird, and that's like my own things about collecting, and I know everyone's goal for collecting is very different. I want to do an NPC on collecting, to be honest. I would love to discuss what I collect and why I collect, and hear your guys' response on what you guys collect and all that. Oh, here's a big Donkey Kong battle that's actually, like, more than one screen vertically, so you're gonna have to actually climb all the way up here. Oh, geez, that was really careful. If you're holding a barrel, by the way, and you get hit, you actually don't die. That was a terrible miss. If you're holding anything, and you get hit, you don't die. You just get knocked out a little bit, and you get stunned, and you lay there for a couple seconds, and if something hits you while that's happening, you do die. But I like that idea, because you're not as mobile when you're holding something. Oh, jeez, can I even get that? There we go, nice. Shit, watch out. And instead of getting the barrel all the way to the beginning, using the handstand to get the barrel up here is just a lot easier, in my opinion, than climbing up every time. There we go, one more hit. And we'll call this an episode, because we're going to start a new world next episode. Yay, I like how you climb the mast. Like, look at that background, it's so cool. The light background. That's what I was kind of going off on like 15 minutes ago, talking about. Was the light. I like how the forest used that light background for a forest, and this used the mast. And what is that? Like a lighthouse or something? That's weird. That's kind of cool though. Is this next level gonna be like the shore, like the rocky shores? No, it's not. But do keep that lighthouse thing in mind. That's gonna be an important thing soon. By soon, I mean like 4 episodes from now. But we are now no longer on the ship. We are in. Well, okay, yes, save. Hurry up. Come on. No longer on the ship, we're in the jungle. This is the jungle. Really cool looking thing. I love that cliff in the background. Anyways, I'm Phil Blanks, guys. Let's take down Donkey Kong a little bit more than we already have today. And the next episode of Donkey Kong 94. Take care, guys.